The Jake Browning era begins on Sunday against the Pittsburgh Steelers. My thoughts on Browning, the state of the team, and hear from the youngsters because I want to see the youngsters moving forward. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Today's video brought to you by rivertowninkery.com. Make sure you go there right now and check out their CBT hats. It is holiday season, and if you watch Cincinnati Bengals Talk, you know someone that watches CBT. We'll get them a CBT hat. They have a CBT rope hat, they have CBT dad hat, or maybe you're a big Logan Wilson fan. Rivertown Inkery has an exclusive Logan Wilson tee. Check them out right now at rivertowninkery.com. Let's get into some of these young guys. And you're going to hear from Jordan Battle coming up in just a second. You're going to hear from Chase Brown coming up in just a second. And I hope you start to hear from them every single Sunday or Monday, depending on when the Bengals play. They have a Saturday game as well. Point is, every single game day, I hope you're hearing about these rookies. And Jordan Battle sliding into the starting lineup this week. I love it. I think it makes sense. We saw it coming from a mile away. Even this offseason, there was always the chance that Jordan Battle would be able to push Nick Scott and beat out Nick Scott for the starting job. I think this is twofold. One, Scott hasn't picked up the defense and played at the level that the Bengals are hoping. And two, Battle has flashed when he was out there. And that includes last week against the Baltimore Ravens. And what was an awful day for the franchise. Battle was one of those bright spots, and I'm excited to see him in this AFC North just slugfest that is going to be Sunday's game against the Steelers, because you're going to see him tested in coverage with Deontay Johnson, with George Pickens, potentially deep downfield. He may have to deal with Pat Freiermuth as a blocking tight end, or certainly guarding him here and there. And so how does he respond to that? And by the way, my guy Mike Santagata wrote a great piece on Jordan Battle at allbengals.com, a film breakdown showing what Battle's done, what he hasn't done, what we haven't seen from him yet because he hasn't played a ton. And so that is a must read for Bengals fans. I'm also excited to see how he handles going up against Jaylen Warren, who's one of the harder running backs to tackle in the NFL. That is a guy that does not go down on first contact, has good acceleration, and will run through arm tackles. So this Bengals defense, we've seen them struggle in run defense at times this year, certainly tackling at times this year. Can Jordan Battle help that? I think the hope is yes. We will see if he's able to. He was asked about communication earlier this week and the importance of coming in and making sure he can make an impact and fit right in, despite not starting the first 10 games of the year, even though he played a lot against the Ravens. Here's what Jordan Battle said on his mindset, taking over the starting job. And even though they haven't declared it publicly, that is the case. Here's what Battle's thinking going into Sunday's game.
We go into every game knowing we have the pressure on us. We try to put that pressure on us as a defense because we know the capability we can play at, and we know what we can get to. We know what we still have to reach. And I feel like we've been doing a good job as a defense, creating takeaways. I think we're number one still in the league in takeaways. So that's been the focus in the room, along with communication. So we are trying to improve on those things, all those things as well, and getting off the field early. I feel like our biggest thing is communication. And it starts in the back end as a safety group. I know we're young, but we have to do a good job, getting the call in there, relaying the call to the corners, relaying the call to the linebackers, making sure we're on the same page, because when we're on the same page, we're already be beat. Whenever there's a big player and they're explosive, usually that's on us on communication issues, because usually we're on the same page. It's when we get those turnovers, it's when we can have fun, when we can celebrate in the end zone. So that's what we've been trying to work on, is communication.
Jordan Battle isn't the only rookie that I'm paying attention to. Obviously, Myles Murphy, you watch him like a hawk. We've seen a lot out of DJ Turner. I think that will continue. The other ones that I'm really curious about, one, Charlie Jones and Andrei Iosivas, the two receivers. I think Charlie was coming on really, really strong prior to that broken thumb. And you wonder now if T. Higgins is out this week, and I'm not sure yet if he will be, but if he's out this week, could the Bengals say, you know what, let's get Charlie Jones some outside reps and get him some slot reps? Because that way you still keep Boyd on the field, keep him in the mix, but you're also developing your guy in Charlie Jones, and he may be ready. It might not be like you're throwing him out there and he's not ready. I think there's a chance he's ready to produce right now. And so Charlie Jones is certainly someone I'm paying attention to. Andrei Iosivas told Charlie Clifford from WLWT on Monday that he's going to play this week. We'll see if he does. Certainly pointing in that direction, though, which is a really good sign. And hopefully he can keep pushing forward after having a couple touchdown receptions earlier this season. And then the other one is Chase Brown. And we don't know for sure if he'll be added to the 53-man roster. He did get cleared for practiced on Monday, and he's missed 4 games with a hamstring injury. But my hope for Chase Brown is that he can give them an explosive element, an interesting dynamic alongside Joe Mixon. Doesn't mean he needs a ton of touches, but could he get 8 to 10 touches a game? I assume it's going to be a little bit more of a run-heavy approach. Can he help in that department, give them an explosive run or two? That would be nice. Would certainly help this Bengals offense without Joe Burrow. Here's Chase Brown on his recovery, on what it was like dealing with a hamstring injury, and if he expects to play on Sunday.
You don't want to push a hamstring injury. It's like having a flat tire and putting a bad patch over top and then it just blowing again. So taking the time to heal, taking the time to work my way back to field drills and football related drills was important because the way that I felt a couple of days ago running the field, I felt really good. So it's just building on that and going into the these next coming weeks with a full head of steam and confidence. Obviously that's out of my hand, but the way I'm feeling right now, I'm confident I could go out there and play to my fullest.
So Chase Brown doesn't know if he's going to play on Sunday, but it's certainly a step in the right direction that he was cleared for practice. Hopefully he does. I really want to see him out there. You want to see him develop and figure out what you have there. Is he part of your future at running back, or is that going to be a question mark? That's the part with all of these guys that I'm going to be paying attention to, because if Jordan Battle and Dax Hill, that can be your young safety tandem for the next few years on rookie contracts. Feel good about that. If Charlie Jones and Andrei Iosivas flash some, then you know that they can be pieces of this offense moving forward. The same thing with Chase Brown. As of right now, we don't know. And so it would be hard to count on him off-season wise when you're looking at free agency or looking at the draft or looking at the future of this team. The same thing goes for the other guys that I mentioned. Myles Murphy is in that, I would say, group as well, even though he's going to be around. It's not like you're addressing defensive end with Hubbard, Hendrickson, but it would be nice to know that Murphy is ascending and going in the right direction. So all of these young guys, I'm hoping to see more of them. I think we will, in part because they need them. It's not like they would have to force those guys onto the field. Battle earned his spot. I think Charlie Jones and Andrei Iosivas have earned snaps on offense. Chase Brown, they desperately need someone not named Joe Mixon to be able to carry the football positively on offense and make positive plays on offense at that running back spot. So all of these guys, there's an obvious role for them. I hope they fill it. I hope they fill it well. And we are going to be covering it every single step of the way right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you know when we post our latest videos. And for Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now. Thank you so much for watching Cincinnati Bengals Talk.